Isn't that like a
where it stops the wave from coming in the bulward? Bulward. Bulward.
A bullword? I've
What-
never in my life.
Yeah, you've never heard of bulward?
I've never in my life heard of the word bullword. Ever.
Seriously.
Ever.
Okay, I think it's a
No,
real word.
no, Teddy, please don't look anything up on your phone. I know John is not here today, but that doesn't give you carte blanche to start looking things up on your phone.
Bulwark.
Bulwark.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
A defensive wall. An extension of a ship's sides above the level of the deck. Bobby Blue, Billy, below the bulwark. Okay, got it. All right.
Wow, what a long way to go. What a long way to go to get to a blowjob.
It was a roundabout way. It was a workaround, but we got there.
Okay.
I mean, a reach around. It was a reach around.
First, there was a workaround before you can get to the reach around.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm afraid. You know what? Let's get started. Because I'm afraid that anything we say now
will be used against you.
Yes, against all of us
in a court of law.
in the court of public opinion.
Because I'm actually here against my will. By the way, I forgot to mention that I'm actually not here on a volunteer basis. So
you were forced.
Yes.
Wait, hold on a second. You're here because there's a bottle of Crown like about a foot and a half from you. That's the reason you're here. No one is that bottle coercing you?
I can't reach it.
Yeah. Hey, folks, don't worry about it. He can and he will. All right, let's do this. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hey, everybody. My name is Matt, and welcome to the Real 3 Idiots podcast, featuring today 2-inch Teddy.
It's great to be back after 1 week hiatus.
Are you high? Ted, we didn't take a hiatus. We did a show last week.
Yeah, that's why it's been 1 week since the last show. So if in my mind that's a hiatus.
It's 1 week in between every show. Oh my God. Okay. Tort Reform Johnny was called away, so we're just going to keep adding family members to the cast, to the group. My son Jackson will be joining us today. Jack, welcome to the show.
It's nice to be on again. It's been a while.
It has. You did sound for us for a while?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
Okay, that's awesome. And those sounded great. Ever since I took over, they've gotten worse.
Well, usually when this guy's doing the sound is supposed to get better. Hence the term the sound guy.
You're the dick sucker guy, but the dick suckings don't get better.
Bobby Blue Billy under the bulwark.
Oh man! And the reoccurring theme. Okay. Now this should be perfect for Ted's tips for 20s because you're in your 20s, right, Jack? I mean 20 something.
Do you not know how old I am?
It's 22, 23, something like 220, 221.
I came out of your balls. How do you not know how old I am?
You know, Jack, I can tell you this: a lot of stuff has come out of my balls.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
it wasn't
know about that
really
stuff.
the balls. It was more like the vas deferens.
Jesus Christ! You just
not a urologist.
You know what? We walked into that, and I'm sorry that we did. Okay.
Yep.
I want to take this time to thank my sister Jackie for being on last week's show. It was awesome.
Yeah, she was great.
Yeah, I got a ton of positive feedback, man. People were just all over it. So she has promised to come back in a few shows from now, and we'll have her on there. It'll be awesome.
I did like the show. I listened to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That was your aunt saying all those things, just so you know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
She is definitely your sister.
Yeah. And you're related to both of us. And I would not admit that if I were you.
Okay, I won't.
Okay. Teddy, right now, any family members that you would like to have on the show? Just off the top of your head.
Oh, wow. That's a good question.
No. Oh God.
Maybe not a family member. Maybe like a friend or
a friend
of the family member.
Is it Bobby or Billy?
Yeah. When they're done by the bulwark, will they be coming into...
It's Neil or Bob. It's a toss-up.
Oh. Okay, so, Teddy, I'm going to take that as a no because if you don't have any family, I'm your friend. That's it.
That means I don't have any friends.
Yeah, so you have no friends. Okay. Before we get to our sponsor and Ted's terrible tips for 20s, I want to talk about something I saw a couple days ago. And now I know this is satire, but people were losing their minds, okay? So like 95% of the people that read this thing were like, they thought they were crazy. They were up in arms. And only like 5% of the people figured out that it was just silly, okay? So there's a guy, an author named D. Alan Kerr, okay? And he came up with a way to stop school shootings. Okay. Now, you have to read it twice. You had to read through it twice because the first time you read it, it was just like, what? So he decided the best way to do it was to arm the students. Yeah. He decided to arm the students. Teddy, what do you think? When you read that, does it sound ridiculous or does it sound like it could be real?
Sounds like a militia.
Well, okay. So again, it's satire, right? So he said he wrote up and it was kind of funny. The first thing he said was he said, "Don't worry, everybody. I wouldn't arm the kindergartners." Because, a 5-year-old with a gun, terrible idea. Okay. He said he'd draw the line at 10-year-olds.
Actually, just on a tragic note, a 2-year-old actually did kill his father last week. Real true story.
What?
A 2-year-old picked up a handgun that was left unsecured in their home and shot his father, who ironically was playing a video game at the time, which you had to, I guess,
Was that ironically a video game where he was shooting kids and the kid got pissed?
So the mother actually got charged with manslaughter for failing to secure the gun. Yeah. So a 2-year-old can fire a gun.
That is surprising because I would have said it might have been safer to give the kindergartners a gun and no one else because I didn't think they'd be able to pull the trigger.
Yeah, well, this is okay. So we talked about it before. Allegedly, a kid shot his mom in a car a few months back. It was one of our earlier shows. Yeah, and they said a kid had accidentally got a hold of his dad's gun and pointed at the mom's head and shot her 14 times. No, but I don't believe it, but it is possible.
Sure.
So the mom got away with it, huh? Yeah. In your story? I mean, the poor kid did something bad. Yeah. Okay. So he said he'd draw the line at 10-year-olds. Okay. Now this is what he was writing. Now people lost their minds. He said each day the kids would come into school, hang up their coats, and grab their 9mm. Okay. Now this is what made it funny. He said no AR-15s. He said they were too hard to get out of the kids' backpacks if somebody broke into school.
Unless it's a ghost gun and it's already in pieces, and you just put it together, right? Because that's what ghost guns are. You kind of build the pieces of it.
Is that how it works?
That's what I heard. That's what I think. Yeah, it's like a 3D gun. Well, you ever see what's the movie with John Malkovich where he goes to assassinate the president? All the President's Men with Clint Eastwood. He's got the wooden gun, so he gets through the metal detector.
Oh yeah, it's made out of plastic or something.
Yeah, and he's sitting by the lake. The 200's come. He goes, "Wait, what are you doing with that gun, mister?" He goes, "Why'd you shoot those ducks, asshole?"
Yeah, that is one of my favorite lines of all time. Yeah, and then he shoots the two guys with like this plastic gun that he made.
Yeah, exactly.
In the Line of Fire.
In the Line of Fire.
In the Line of Fire. Clint Eastwood.
I've never seen that movie.
Good one.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I mean, he's
he's kind of a washed-up Secret Service agent.
Yeah.
Renee Russo's in it, and obviously she hasn't been in a movie since Tin Cup, so it's.
But she was. Oh man, she was some good eye candy when she was on. Yeah. She was on.
So was Betty Grable.
Where do you come from? These. Jack, you have any idea who Betty Grable is?
Of course not.
Is that like Amelia Bedelia? I don't know who that is.
Amelia Bedelia. Ted's talking about banging her. It's not a little kid in a little kid's book. Jesus Christ.
No, she was like a pinup model from like 1940s.
Yeah.
When the standards of beauty were different.
You read about that in school, the 1940s, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, again, too hard to get the AR-15s. And he said at the end of the day, the kids would turn their guns in and head home. Okay. He also said that he thought it'd be a really good idea. He advocated for barbed wire around the school and watchtowers that could be manned by the older students when they have a break in class.
Sure.
Yeah.
So this is when like a person of reasonable intelligence could figure out that this is obviously a little bit far-fetched and not realistic, and they would say, he's just trying to make a point.
Right.
He's just trying to make a point.
Right.
He's making it into a prison.
No.
A prison yard.
No, Ted. 95% of the people lost their fucking minds and thought this guy was a psychotic who really wanted to arm children. Now, I thought the funniest part was he said they could add shooting practice to PE.
What's a physical activity? Makes sense.
Oh, my God.
Daddy, I got an A in murdering. Yay!
You can automatically get an A in that class when they're doing target practice if you run through and don't get hit.
Oh, so like dodge bullets.
Dodge bullets, yeah.
So you could have two games going on at once, shooting and dodge bullets.
Yep.
Which, didn't they outlaw dodgeball?
You can have the Hunger Games and the Squid Games all in the same gymnasium.
You know what? I heard about this. That like little kids were watching this and people were just like shooting each other and everything, just killing each other. Why is that good?
Well, see, the funny thing is people are actually more outraged seems by this guy's story, which is obviously satire, than the actual events. I mean, I'm saying, of course, everybody's outraged over that, but there's no easy solution to those questions when you're dealing with.
Well, you know what? I think a lot of it came from all the crazy things that people, real live people really, really said, So I just thought it was awesome that somebody would at least have the guts to do that, but then that nobody figured it out, and that made me sad.
Well, the guts to do it like right after it happened.
Right.
Because emotions are still high.
Right.
after that
Right.
incident.
Okay, Teddy, are you ready for Ted's tips for 20s? Okay, Jackson, are you ready to have a tip that could possibly save your life? Maybe change your life?
I guess. Yeah.
Change your underwear.
I'm not going to teach him how to do a tracheotomy.
That is not okay. So everybody who had Ted's tips for 20s was how to do a tracheotomy. You lost. Have a drink, right? Okay. I'll do our commercial, and then you're. Oh, and by the way, folks, Ted wrote down this time he's got his Ted's tips for 20s written out on a scrap of a Coors Light case that he ripped off. So it's written down, all ready to go. Really planned it out. All right, he's giving the thumbs up to no one. Okay. Are you tired of the same old things for dinner? Pizza, lobster, thermidor, or tacos? It's time for something new. Nearly Foods is proud to present its newest attempt at making food, recycled food. Approximately 300 gazillion tons of food is thrown out every year. Nearly Foods is turning that waste into taste. Nearly Foods has 5 fantastic flavors: Italian stuff, Asian things, meat and close to meat, I guess it goes on pizza, and mystery. All 5 flavors come in solid, liquid, or paste form. Don't blow your budget on new food. Try Nearly Foods recycled foods today, and don't worry about tomorrow. All right, Teddy.
Nice.
Yeah. These guys, I think these Nearly Foods people are making a ton of dough.
Because tomorrow's a mystery.
Yeah. Listen, don't.
Not mystery meat, just a mystery.
It is mystery meat. It literally is mystery meat. I mean, one of the flavors they have is mystery. Now, we'll, like I said, every time we do a sponsor, we get some stuff.
Sure.
So
It's cutting edge stuff.
yeah, and we will have our stuff. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Teddy. It's time for Ted's tips for 20s. And since no John, no song, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I could sing happy birthday to you.
We're just gonna have to do this cold.
Yeah,
So
okay.
we're just gonna have to just be professional about this. All right. So the tip, Jackson will give me, I can tell by his facial expression if I'm on the right path or not. So actually, that doesn't apply to just the 20s.
Is this okay? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It doesn't apply to the 20s, but the tip is motivation, because there's a lot of young people out there that are not really motivated to do anything. So I mean, when I was in my 20s, when I was in my 20s.
Jack's looking at the piece of paper, and he's like, the word motivation, that's the only word written on the paper, motivation.
I wasn't really motivated to do a whole lot of stuff. I mean, like I just I partied a lot, but obviously not good partying, just going out and having some drinks and
what's good partying?
There's people of the opposite sex. You're having a good time. You're going
So you only drank with. This explains so much to me, Ted.
there's like no
you
cell
only
phones.
drank with guys.
There's no cell phones.
What do you need cell phones for if there's girls?
I'm just saying, we never went anywhere. You're just kind of with your buddies. You're just drinking. You're just kind of in this enclosed area.
It's called a bar.
Yeah, I guess so. With a lot of country music. There's a lot of country music.
Okay, I
like,
mean,
like a little too much country music. Not there's anything wrong with country music,
unless there's too much.
Unless
there's too much country music.
Yeah. And then the country was followed by Western country and Western. We play both types of music, country and Western.
No, we got both kinds, country and Western. Okay, so you're saying that kids 20-year-olds need to be more motivated, the 20s.
Yeah, because when you're young, even when you're older, but especially when you're younger, you figure you got a lot of time to do whatever you need to do.
Right.
And sometimes, time has a way of slipping by while you're kind of waiting for things to happen.
Slipping.
So here's my motivation analogy. This is not going to be good. So Jackson,
this is not going to be good. All right,
well,
Jack.
it might be good.
Jack, take your headphones off, run upstairs, and hide.
Okay.
Okay.
So here's his motivation. Okay. So this is 2 scenarios. Okay. Scenario number 1 for motivation purposes.
Okay.
You get a call at 1 a.m. from your buddy who you kind of knew him growing up. You're cool with him, but he moved out of state. And he's like, hey man, I need you to come over and help me move this like 3-piece sectional. It's going to take a few hours. I'll go buy you lunch afterwards.
Wait a minute. Someone calls you at 1 o'clock in the morning from another state.
10 p.m. Whatever. Just it's an analogy. It's just just go with it. Just go with it. It doesn't have to be 1 in the morning.
Okay.
9 at night on a Thursday. Hey man, you got to take the day off tomorrow. Can you just help me? I'll take care of you. We'll go out, have a good time. And of course, 9.99% of the time you're gonna be like, oh man, I can't make it. I got a lot of stuff going on. I just can't. Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, next time you're in town, let's catch up though. Okay, that's scenario number one. That's scenario one.
Okay. This is the okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm just really shocked that someone from out of state would call you in the middle of the night to ask you to come move a sectional a day next day.
Sounds like a booty call.
He was a person. No, he was the person. He was the person who lived in state, but he moved away. But he moved away.
Yes, so, I think Jack's right.
He doesn't live out of.
I don't think Ted.
He lives 2 hours away.
You know what?
Whatever. He
still sounds like a booty call.
He live in the same state.
Ted. Ted. He did not call you, Ted. I'm glad you didn't go. He was going to rape you, Ted. He was yes.
There was no section.
No, he calls.
It was a sex.
No, he calls you at 10 o'clock night to come over the next day about 9 a.m. Not that minute.
Hey man, you can have sex with somebody at 9 a.m. Yeah, Ted.
Here's scenario number 2.
Okay, go ahead.
Scenario number 2.
Number 2.
This hot chick, who you really want to bang, calls you up at 10 o'clock at night, and you might have grown up with her. She might be like a friend or something, but it's a chick that you fantasize about. She calls you up at 10 o'clock at night. She goes, "Hey, I need you to come over and help me move a sectional at 9 o'clock in the morning. Hey, I'm at Enterprise right now. I took the collision damage waiver. Hey, you don't have to do that. Your credit card covers it. I know, but it was just easier to take it because it's an extra 30 seconds to save. I'm on the way." That's called motivation. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get it.
You need to be incentivized.
Okay, so for young people to do stuff, Jackson, pay close attention. For young people to do stuff, you need a hot chick to ask you to do it. So if you get a job, if you're looking for a job, okay, and you interview with some old fat woman or some dumpy guy that you don't want to bang, dump that job because every time they ask you to stay for overtime, you'll not do it, and then you end up getting fired. Yeah. Okay.
That sounds genius.
It's not really about. So basically, the hot chick is just more of a euphemism for being incentivized. So whatever incentivizes you, whatever the collective you is, that's what I'm talking about. So whatever motivates you. So that's my point. So two same scenarios where it's like on one scenario, like, hey, there's no way I can do this. And then the next second one's like, oh, I'm already there. I'm already on the way. I'm already halfway. Wait.
I'm already halfway to your house right now. Are you wearing a bra? Okay. No, I want to know if I'm going to have to slow down. Okay. All right. No, I like that. Teddy. Okay. Very good tip. All the 20s people, stay motivated, big titties.
Incentivized.
Yeah, whatever motivates. Hey, dickies, titties, whatever motivates you, man, do it. Yeah. Okay? All right. Teddy, Jack, so much has happened this week. This is one of the craziest weeks, with everything going on that I have ever been part of. And we talked about this person last week, and I thought it'd be important to talk about her again. Last week we talked about Kellyanne Conway, right, and how she was having trouble with her marriage because her husband's an idiot who loves Twitter, right, and she loves Donald Trump, okay? She's got bigger problems now, though, okay? No one is buying her tell-all book about Trump. Yeah, no one is buying it. I believe she sold less copies than we have listeners.
Really?
Yeah. That's tragic. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good for your sales. Okay, so it seems like Trumpsters don't want to hear anything negative about their God. Yeah. Did you guys look at this book or hear about it or anything?
I think I heard something vaguely. I mean, I know that the husband, I think his name is George. I can't remember what the guy's name is, but yeah, he was an ardent anti-Trumper because she was the press secretary, right? And then obviously he's bashing her, her boss on a continuous basis, which seemed like he had nothing, else to talk about in his life. And it was like it was kind of like
there's a lot of people like that.
But actually, it reminds me of when that Uba Abdeline, the one who was married to Anthony Weiner.
I love that you are. This is the new thing. I can't believe you are the only human on earth that knows Anthony Weiner's wife. He gets her name wrong.
Yeah,
there's no way he can say that.
It was like Humaline, something a new.
I cannot
Humaline,
believe you know this.
Anyway,
I have no idea.
So she was basically Hillary Clinton's right hand man. She was a woman, but but due to his deviant behavior, for want of a better term, they say that actually what partially cost her the election, because if you recall back in 2016, I think the FBI re-asked right before the election to see Anthony Weiner's laptop.
Sir, we'd like to see your wiener. And he's like, well, just get one of your hot girl FBI agents, and I'll send her a couple pictures. Yeah.
Or she has to be 16, isn't that?
Oh yeah, he was under. Yeah, he did some underage stuff too, right?
His wife the chick Ted's talking about, didn't leave him until that part came out. So before, she stayed with him through all that.
She was a trooper. She got it
until he showed his dick to an underage person.
Until he turned it to Jeffrey Epstein.
Tenth time, it's enough, yo. 9 strikes, you're out.
You know what? That's a solid woman. You know what, Teddy? I'm going to ask you to write down Uba Abdabaline Terpamaline's name.
Humaline, yeah.
And we'll see if we can't get her on the show.
Huma Abdaline. That's her name. Huma was the first name, and the last name is Abdaline.
Humador. Got it. So, yeah, we're going to get her on the show, and we'll see if she won't talk about her husband's wiener. Okay, I got it. Okay. So it was kind of funny. So I actually went to the store to go buy a copy of this book, but when I picked it up, it burned my hand. Yeah, and it kind of made me feel dirty, so I just bought a copy of Jugs and went home and spanked the monkey, yeah. So, yeah, that was pretty weird. Now, speaking of monkey, okay, I need to do an update on the Monkey Pox story because Monkey Pox is growing, all right? I want this show to be a message for good, so I want to help people that are worried about monkeypox and that kind of stuff.
So this is like a CDC public service announcement, so to speak?
This is exactly a CDC public service announcement, okay? I want to share this with everybody so they can stay safe. The World Health Organization has a list of places that you would be most likely to get monkeypox.
Can I guess what they are without even knowing them?
Yes, go ahead.
Amazon jungle, African Serengeti,
No.
The Australian bush.
Well, I guess if you're just going, I think this is not to fuck the monkeys. I think it's to fuck people who already have monkeypox. So they said there are 4 places that are most likely to get monkeypox. Okay, bars.
Really?
Yeah.
Wasn't bars? Isn't that for what's the one they?
Ted, it's a bar.
No, but the other thing that you can catch at a bar, mononucleosis or something, or staphylococci, or I don't know what the hell it is. You know,
you mean syphilis, gonorrhea, and herpes?
Yeah. Tertiary syphilis. Yeah, catch that at the bar.
I'm pretty sure you can catch everything at a bar because you're drunk and you'll do anything. Okay, so bars, gyms, spas, and guys' assholes. Okay, so those are the 4 places that they are saying that you can absolutely get monkeypox. Gotcha. Okay, so Ted, stay out of those places. All of those places. And Jack, if you go to any of those places that I don't want to know about, don't ever tell me. Okay,
I won't.
Okay, you won't tell me. Thank you.
Yes.
Are you saying you won't go into those?
I won't not tell you, but I will.
You
tell
will.
You not.
Seems very ambivalent. I don't know.
Okay. See, this is the problem with having family members on. There's things I don't want to know. Okay, so we're going to move on. Okay, so Germany is being slut-shamed. Yeah.
Really? You can slut shame a country?
You can slut-shame a country. They are being slut-shamed for upping their military spending because of what's happening, over in Europe.
Sure.
Yeah, they're being slut-shamed. And you know what? Actually, the one thing I read was something that's happening on the other side of the pond. I always like that phrase.
Yeah, they always call England the other side of the pond.
So one country has been at the forefront of calling Germany out, and that country is Russia.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, makes sense. Yeah. Since they're kind of the cause of it.
Right. So Russia said this week that Germany should be trying to reduce military threats, not escalate them.
And this is coming from, that's like Jerry Sandusky telling you need to stop touching little boys.
Yes, exactly.
You need to make sure they're older.
Exactly. It's so funny.
Yeah,
so
that's funny.
So when the president of Germany heard that from Putin, and I believe the exact quote he said was, "What the fuck?" Yeah. Russia said their military operation that they're running now,
special military
special military operation. They are trying to denazify the Ukraine. Yep. That was what they said. Now, after hearing that, the German president was double mad. He was double mad because he reiterated that Nazis are a German thing, and he will fight any country that tries to take the Nazi mantle from them. So they said, listen, if the Ukraine is Naziizing, they're going to go in and help Russia.
So remember a few episodes ago I said, the big mistake a lot of countries make is fighting Russia in the wintertime. They march into Russia and they get their supply lines cut off. That happened to Napoleon. It happened to Hitler. So actually Russia itself, when they tried to march into Kiev and they couldn't capture Kiev and they lost a lot of troops, but they never actually got to Kiev. So that was interesting, so.
Yeah, this whole thing seems like a giant shit show.
Oh, on a side note, I actually just read this. So Putin, in addition to having 13 doctors that follow him around at all times because they suspect he has some type of cancer.
Yes, we said he has full body cancer. Every part of him, it's down to the hair on his balls.
But I bet you didn't know this. He actually has a special attendant who follows him around to pick up his waste excrement when he poops. Yeah, so it's not left behind anywhere.
That's like that South Park episode where Tom Brady collects his poop.
Oh my God!
Is that fucking real?
That is so. So
true.
listen,
That's true.
I said, if I ever became ridiculously rich, that one of the things I would have is an ass wiper. I would never, ever wipe my own ass again. I would literally have somebody who follows me around. Okay?
What about a teeth brusher?
And fuck, I'll brush my teeth. I just
Brush
don't.
your asshole then.
But I don't want to. I don't want to. I want to
chewer?
be so rich that I never have to wipe my own ass.
Why don't you just get a bidet then? They use that
That's
everywhere.
that's what I'll call the guy then. I'll call him bidet. But no.
Morris Day?
But what if I'm out at a restaurant or something and I'm like, oh man, I have to take a shit. I really don't want to. Ass wiper, let's go. And then I take a shit, and then he, she, whoever I hire, I'm not going to be sexist about this. I don't care who wipes my ass as long as they do a good job. They would come in and wipe my ass for me.
Yeah, and like Europe and like Japan, they like all the hotels have
An ass
bidets.
wiper?
Yeah, but no, they have bidets.
Oh, why would you get me? Dude.
It's just a weird thing. It never caught on here.
Yeah, I would love warm. Listen, is there something better than warm water cascading your asshole? I don't know what it is.
They actually had a TikTok video where these American guys who never used a bidet used it for the first time, and they were like, "Ooh."
How do I know that? How did I know that you would watch that? The one TikTok video Ted has on repeat.
It was just random.
Yeah.
Just random.
Yes, it's saved.
All right. Speaking of Nazis, okay, are you familiar with this guy, Carl Palladino?
I can't say I've heard of him.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've never heard of him.
Carl Palladino is running for Congress in New York. Okay, and he was on a radio station a while back, and he was talking about what America really needs. And he says America really needs a charismatic guy like Adolf Hitler to excite crowds and get people pumped up about being American.
Did he have to use that example? He could have just said Tony Robbins or Joel Osteen or something like that.
No,
or...
he seemed to think that when Hitler was in charge, that people really cheered him, and he really got to rile up a crowd and keep people going. And he thought that would be the perfect thing, somebody just like Hitler.
So he couldn't think of, just for inflammatory purposes' sake, he couldn't just come up with one different name.
I believe his fallback guy was Stalin. Yeah, I believe it was Stalin. So he did have a backup guy.
It was Attila the Hun.
He could have said let's go to Argentina and say, Pinochet.
Yeah,
no, don't do that.
Yeah, so that was his thing. Now here's the problem. I do need to say that after the people who disagreed with him heard his comments, he said that they were not his feelings, that he just repeated something someone else had said.
Sure.
Yeah. You know what? For what reason, I couldn't possibly fathom. Yeah, he decided to repeat someone else's feelings about how great Hitler would be for America, right now.
Right.
In this,
Yeah.
in these times.
These trying
okay?
times, yeah.
Now, he said he realizes saying anything positive about Hitler is a huge mistake. Okay, he did say that. He came out and said that, right? And that people get upset when you do galactically stupid shit like that. So he understands that. Now, he also said, and he needed to come out and say this, he also said that he thought the killing of 6 million Jews was really, really bad. So he did. So I think he's learned a pretty valuable lesson, okay? For good measure, he added that treating black people badly during the civil rights battle was no good either. Yeah, he just wanted to throw that in.
Just not good, okay.
Now, you're probably saying to yourself, okay, that's a good story. Let's move on. But it's not the end of Mr.
I was going to say there's more.
There's a little bit more because
Yeah.
Mr. Palladino, he's an interesting guy, and he's got a lot of opinions, okay? This isn't the first galactically stupid thing he's ever said.
Has he ever
okay?
held office before? Do we know
No.
that? Okay.
No. About 5 years ago, he said, wow, and this is a good one. I thought, when you share your feelings, I feel like people have to kind of respect that, no matter what you say, because you're sharing your feelings, okay?
Some feelings shouldn't be shared.
No.
Like Carl Palladino's.
No. I think this is perfect because now everybody's got a really good idea about Carl Palladino. He said that 5 years ago that he wanted to see President Barack Obama die from mad cow disease. Okay,
Yeah.
not that bad.
It's not anthrax.
You're hoping that the president. You're saying out loud that you hope the president of the United States dies.
It wasn't ricin, but okay. Yeah.
And then he just went one step further just to make sure you knew exactly how he feels. Mm-hmm. He said he'd like the First Lady Michelle Obama to return to being a male and let loose in the outback of Zimbabwe, where she can comfortably live in a cave with Maxie the gorilla.
Wow.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah.
Right.
He wasn't canceled at that point?
And I want you to understand this. There are people who are supporting him, other politicians in New York, who are supporting him and endorsing him after he said these two things. Listen, this guy should not only not be able to run for office, he should be beaten to death for saying shit like that. What kind of fucking human being does shit like that? Is that
one with a lot of chutzpah, obviously?
Is that what it's called? Is it called chutzpah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to get Trump's endorsement any day now.
Tone deaf.
Yeah.
What is Maxie the gorilla?
It must have been a very famous gorilla 5 years ago.
Because I don't even understand that.
Well, it's probably a gorilla he thought was attractive, and he thought other people would find it attractive. I don't know.
Well, I know there's a gorilla at it's stuffed and mounted. I think it's at the museum of the Field Museum, and I think it's like it lived for like 30 years and whatever zoo, and it was like a beloved silverback. I mean, I'm just saying it's a really.
I don't think you could live with that.
The most
I don't think it would
famous
help you.
gorilla is Harambe.
Harambe, yeah,
the
Harambe.
one that he's the one that's in. No, because he was the one that they shot.
They shot. Yeah,
yeah.
Remember
Some
that
kid fell in there.
The kid. Yeah, he climbed into the gorilla enclosure in the Cincinnati Zoo a few years ago, and they had the video, and I guess it was aggressive male, so they had to shoot it versus tranquilize it because it would have been that gorilla could tear the kid apart.
Yeah, that's him and then the only other primate name I know is Curious George.
I'm pretty. You know what? I'm pretty sure he was pretend.
Yeah, I think so too. Maybe it was
there's a gorilla. Like I said, it's in the Field
guy?
Museum, and it's actually mounted there. Where it was like in the zoo for 30 years. I don't know which one. I don't know if it was like Lincoln Park Zoo or Brookfield or where it came from, but it was like I can't think of the gorilla's name. So
the Field Museum. That's the funniest thing. It's just a bunch of stuffed shit and dead shit, right?
Yeah, all
I
of
mean,
it. Yeah.
Is that time? That time for something like that is come and gone, right?
It was pretty cool the last time I was there.
Yeah.
I mean, you see a lot of extinct species, like I think it's like there's like the Mexican bear, which is extinct. Passenger.
Are we doing
pigeon.
this?
Yeah, passenger pigeon.
You're daring me to make a joke about a Mexican bear. You're daring me. I mean, was it Corona?
Yeah, they got like the biggest
Modelo?
The biggest lion ever stuffed in there.
What?
Yeah, I forgot what it was called. It was like Bartles lion or something.
Bartles and James?
No,
there's
some with a B.
No, they got those two lions, the two man-eating lines of Casivo. Yeah, so they basically killed like 300 people in like some African. No, it's true. They killed like 300 people in some African village somewhere. So they hired some English hunter to come and kill the two lions. And it's weird. It's like two male lions, but they're like mange, so they don't have the mane. Yeah, it's like really weird.
So the great white hunter, is that where that came from?
Yeah, I think that might be the great white hunter. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because most lion species don't have the manes. So like the ones that they show in like the movies, that's more the exception than the rule.
Okay, you remember the movie The Ghost in the Darkness? I think it was like Michael Douglas. Was the movie? Yeah, there was the two lions that would come into the village late at night, and they got a taste for human flesh, and they would eat people and just disappear into the brush.
And those lions are, I think they're an extinct species now because they were like the bigger ones because they were like another 100 pounds bigger than the ones that are still around, which is crazy.
You know what? This sucks. I'm the dumbest guy at this table right now.
I only know that because my
damn
buddy's studying paleontology and archaeology and stuff like that.
Oh, because he doesn't want to have a job?
Yeah.
What did you do with that degree? You know what? I was a greeter at Walmart. Then I moved up to cashier. Yeah, and then I was blowing guys in the bathroom. Yeah.
Over the Minnesota airport.
The world's gayest airport. Oh man, I love that. Okay, gentlemen, sometimes, and listen, I want to get serious for a second. Sometimes you got to stand up and do something that's unpopular because it's right. Okay. And I would like to right now say thank God for Florida governor and guy who knows when to say enough is enough, Ron DeSantis. Ron, this is for you. Listen to me. When the Special Olympics said that everyone needs to be immunized to play, Ron DeSantis told the Special Olympics people, fuck you. That's what he said. He said, fuck you, Special Olympics. He told those Special Olympics bullies, and let's just say what they are. They're bullies. If they're making you do something, that he would fine them $27 million if they tried to force people who were participating in this event to be immunized.
Well, at least it wasn't $100 billion.
So I mean that's, I've said a lot of bad things about Ron DeSantis, but I'm taking them all back now because not only did he do that, but he doubled down, okay? He showed everyone that he won't be held hostage by people doing the wrong thing, okay? I love this guy so much.
Well, you know what he is? He's probably going to be the GOP frontrunner.
And he's getting my vote. He's getting my vote. Watch this, because as soon as the disgusting and despicable Tampa Bay Rays said that they would donate $50,000 to every town for gun safety, Ron DeSantis did the exact right thing. He withheld their money for their new training facility, and I applaud him. Excellent. What a guy.
Yeah.
Well, actually, hear what happened in
What a
Buffalo.
guy.
In Buffalo, I think the city of Buffalo, New York. I don't know if it was obviously the politicians. They basically authorized like 200 million or 300 million taxpayer funds to fund a new stadium for Buffalo, and at the same time they cut social services for
Jesus
like,
Christ.
kids because there's priorities, because touchdowns are important. So
Do you still like Josh Allen?
touchdowns
Hey, it's
are
not Josh. Yeah.
I know it's not his fault.
It's
I'm
not-
kidding.
touchdowns are
He
important.
seems like a nice guy.
Wow. If the trade-off is snow removal and sewer or a new football stadium, I have to admit I like football. No. That is crazy. Okay, so rumor has it for DeSantis, he's finally going to be dealing with the LGBTQIA2S plus KG people in Florida who won't stop pretending to like having sex with the wrong people. Yep, he's going to deal with it. It's time. He says it's time to end the gayness. Oh, man, what a guy.
no more happiness.
If they cut the social services for people, how are they going to get to the game in Buffalo? Like if it snows like a foot?
Snowshoes? Rocket ships?
Let them eat cake.
Let them eat
Let them eat cake.
How does that help?
You know what? If we give all the kids guns, they can shoot through the snow, and they can get there. Or Carl Palladino can get his friend Hitler. Yeah, get his friend Hitler to help shovel the snow there, so he can get because Palladino is actually from Buffalo.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so that kind of works.
Explains a lot.
Yeah, I guess it does. Okay. Teddy, you're going to like this. I did some research, and I found out something that you may be interested in, okay? Jackson, you probably don't know what this thing is, okay? There's something called vaginismus, okay? And that is when a vagina, Jack, a vagina is what a girl has. A girl, yeah. That's when a vagina contracts so much that it won't let a friendly wiener in. Yeah.
Oh, I
Have you
thought
ever
it was
heard
going to
of
be
this?
the wiener was stuck in there.
No.
That would
Oh.
be worse.
No.
Oh.
So
it's like a spastic vulva that just won't open.
Oh, my God.
Like a clamshell.
I literally wrote this hoping Ted would say something similar to spastic vulva. That is, and listen to me, that is the name of my new album.
I knew you were going to say that.
That is it.
Title of your new sex tape.
Spastic vulva. Okay, so I guess the doctor described it like a hand going to a hot stove. And the reflex make you pull your hand away, and it makes the vagina spit that wiener out.
Wait, I thought the wiener wasn't even in there, so the wiener's
Well, like,
there.
it
and
couldn't go in.
But,
Like, yeah.
but if it was there, it would repel it. It would repel it.
Yes, repel it.
Like Braveheart repelled the English.
Right,
At York.
exactly.
Okay, got it.
Exactly. So he practiced vaginismus.
I
Yes.
just figured it'd just be more like, instead of, because the hole closes up, you just be like poking your dick into a wall. That's kind of what it would be
hold on a
like.
second.
It just
Hold on.
wouldn't.
That describes like almost the entire year of my 13 and 14-year-old existence, just poking my dick in a wall. Yeah. And so, Teddy, just so you know, I have buttholismus, so don't even try. Yeah, don't even try. It's going to repel your wiener.
Is that like Don Julio-ness or?
No, if you're a Don Julio-ness, you're going to be super drunk and you're going to let all the wieners in. Yeah, I feel like the more tequila you have, the more open everything is.
1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila, floor.
Yep.
It's a dilation
Yeah.
tool.
And Jack, once you're on the floor, Ted will mount you and become a power top.
I don't have buttholishness, so I'll be.
You can't tell Ted that.
Ah,
You have to tell Ted.
I'm in
Ted,
trouble.
my son and I suffer from the same rare genetic disease, buttholismus. Stay away. Okay. This is possibly the greatest story ever. All right. I loved every second of this, and I had to share it. Okay. Follow me and see if you get this. A guy goes into a store and buys an AR-15. Are you with me so far?
I love it.
Is it? This is the way all. Yeah. Boy meets gun. Boy kills with gun. Boy, no. All right. So he goes in. He buys an AR-15. He walks out of the gun store, and a man with a gun robs him of his new gun.
That's actually pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
Wait. There's more.
Wait, is there a background? Like, so when you buy a rifle versus a handgun, do they sell it to you right then and there, or do you have to wait that 5-day waiting period? I have no idea.
Ted, I honestly have
let's
never
just-
bought a gun
okay,
before.
well-
I have no idea.
I
let's
love this
assume-
story. You had me at guy walked in
Let's-
to buy an AR-15.
This is better than two guys sitting at a bar and
Okay, so guy walks in, buys an AR-15, walks out, guy with a gun robs him of his new gun. The man who got robbed, you ready? Grabs the other gun that he has and shoots the man who just robbed him of his new gun with the old gun that he had that is in his hand that he shot the guy with. I don't know. I'm
So he has
losing it.
3 guns now.
He's
Because
concealed
he
his-
gets
it's-
the
it's
dead guy's
concealed.
gun now, right?
Yes. So now he has his new gun back. He has his old awesome gun, and he has the other guy's gun.
And he stole the guy's boots, like in the Old West, and buried him in the desert.
Well, I guess there was some kind of shootout.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, everything was great. The guy who got robbed didn't get shot. The guy who robbed him did get shot. And then 2 random people were shot when it was happening, so no big deal. I mean,
Stand your ground. You know how
Fuck
it is.
yeah.
Stand
I mean, if you're trying to protect your gun with more guns, if random people get shot with those guns, that's kind of their fault. I mean, should they have been by a gun store?
They sound like pieces of crap to me.
Yeah, just dumbasses who are too close to a gun store. And by the
Yeah.
way, I know you're thinking that was in Florida. No, that was in Missouri.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, the
Missouri.
other worst state.
Missouri's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Dude, Missouri's pretty
actually,
bad.
they just arrested some. I don't know. It was a person or some traffickers, but basically they trafficked 60 guns from. It was either Mississippi, Missouri, or Indiana to obviously a state that has strict gun laws, like Illinois or California. But they just arrested a group of individuals that have 60 guns. Yeah.
Teddy, the cutest part of Illinois and Chicago in particular is we don't have any gun stores. We're like anti-gun. You can't buy a gun. You can't own a gun. I think over the last 10 years, we've had more murders in our city where you can't have a gun than any other city in America.
But in defense of that, the guns came from somewhere else.
Right.
But they ended up here, which is all that matters.
Right. It's just such a silly thing to say you can't buy a gun here, and then everyone here dies from a gun. There's so many guns. It's just such a ridiculous thing that you do this. It's like, hey man, just let everybody buy guns, or I don't know what, but it's just it makes us look stupid.
When I run for president, I have the perfect solution to gun violence and all violence. To be quite honest with you,
Draw and quarter them.
well, among that,
Wait, what was that thing? The stalwart that you put the guy in with his head and his arms?
That's the pillory.
Pillory. Yes, I love these things. Pillory,
That's
drawn and quartered.
No, pillory is just for public shaming. We don't. You're not going to die. You're just going to pelt you with eggs and tomatoes and call you vile names. So,
Oh my god, that would be so awesome.
yeah.
Could I throw like vegetables that I don't like Brussels sprouts
kale,
and broccoli?
kale,
Cauliflower.
Oh god. No, I actually like cauliflower, but I would throw kale.
Unriced cauliflower.
Oh yeah, I don't really
Yeah,
like regular. Yeah. If I had full size cauliflower, I would throw it at that fucker in a heartbeat. Okay, tell me you're doing that?
yes.
All right, all right. But when you become president? How are you going to stop that kind of stuff, that kind of crime?
You talking about the gun violence?
Yes, gun violence.
Yeah. Well, it's actually really simple. You get caught with a gun illegally, which a lot of people do, and
Right.
now we have the no cash. We have the no cash bail where they could just walk. There's electronic monitoring where we're kind of coddling these individuals. My take is very simple. You lose a digit. You got a choice. You can do 10 years right now, or you could lose an index finger and a thumb on your shooting hand.
So your shooting hand.
Your shooting hand, and then when you get caught a second time, you lose the whole hand.
Oh, I thought you were going to say cut off their dick. I honestly thought you were going to say cut off.
No, it's just for the
And
rapists.
then the second time,
Yeah.
we cut you down.
And the great thing is, how we can't really tell what the bad guys look like because the good guys look like the bad guys, right? But now you can, because when you see a young guy walking around with no index finger and no thumb, chances are it wasn't a work comp claim.
Teddy, listen. I'm not going to say I don't like it because I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay. So Memphis, Trump is coming to visit Memphis.
Very, very high crime city, by the way.
Very high crime city. And so the Memphis police, a couple of Memphis politicians wanted to not have the police escort Trump around because he doesn't pay his bills.
I
So,
heard that. Yeah.
yeah.
Like he stiffed like some city on their security. They had to pay.
14 cities, dude.
Okay.
Holy crap.
14 cities, over $2 million over 2 years, and he says he refuses to pay. He's just not going to pay. So, and this guy's a billionaire, by the way, a billionaire. He refuses to pay, and so they said they didn't want to do it, but the police came up and said, they're good guys, and they said, listen, if he wants us to help, we will help him.
Who pays for the current politician's security detail? Because they'll have private security.
No, he's got the taxpayers. He already has Secret Service because he's a former president.
So does he get?
But he wants more.
So he still gets Secret Service for life as a former president? Really? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Jimmy Carter still have Secret Service?
I would think so if he's alive.
He's
like-
alive.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like 98.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
so close to.
well, I think
I'm gonna kill you.
the,
okay.
The funny thing was
Please kill me. Get rid of the Secret Service.
somebody threatened some guy somewhere threatened George Bush his Texas
Like to
ranch.
take his cocaine away?
Yes, Texas, threatened him, and I guess he still, like I said, he still has Secret Service protection, so they came and got his ass, ASAP.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Okay, so now speaking of cops, and I thought this one was really interesting. Some cops in Tempe, Arizona, came under fire this last week. Okay, Teddy, I see you shaking your head. You know what happened,
I've been
right?
to that place. It's the Tempe Lake, which is a really nice. Actually, the exact area where I think it happened. I think I actually walked. I think I've been.
Did you try to go swimming there?
No, because I'm not crazy.
Okay, so the cops show up. A couple of cops show up to a domestic dispute at 5 a.m.
5 in the morning.
5 in the morning. So here's the thing. I like to start my day with a good domestic dispute, but I believe these guys had stayed up all night and domestically disputed. So they get there, right? And for everybody who doesn't know this story, the cops say, listen, you guys stay right here. We just want to check and see if there's any warrants because you guys look like a couple of shitheads.
Well, I think they were homeless. I think they had like no physical address, so they were basically transient or homeless. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but that's accurate.
There absolutely is. I mean, get a fucking home. Get a job, get a home. But, okay, so the one guy walks over by this fence. He climbs this fence and says, I'm going swimming. And the cop says, hey, man, no, don't go swimming. Don't do it. So he does it anyway, and he jumps in. And the cops are standing there, and this guy's swimming. Well, I guess he's not swimming. And they say, get your ass back to the side here. And then he starts screaming, I'm going to drown. I'm drowning. And the cops are like, I am not going in to save you.
Well, think about it. The cops were wearing heavy equipment, so if he jumped in, they would sink like a stone, assuming this guy didn't drag him underwater. So, I mean, if I was the cop, I wouldn't jump in there either.
Right.
Because, I mean, if you ever tried to, I've never tried to rescue a drowning person, but, they'll drag you down and you'll both drown.
That's what they teach you when they...
Yeah. So I will tell you a fun story.
So
I was a lifeguard at a small pool, a condo pool, when I was like 16 years old, okay? This girl jumps in, and she was hot, okay? And she got 4 feet away from the side.
And you were incentivized.
Yeah, in like a 10-foot deep pool, and she flipped out. And so I did the exact wrong thing. I slid into the pool, being Mr. Cool, and went over to go get her because, honestly, I mean, she was only a few feet above touching the ground, and she smashed me in the face, flailing, and almost knocked me out, dude. Yeah. I saw stars. Yeah. I literally saw stars. And it took everything I had to get this 110-pound girl, again, super hot, over to the side of the pool. I had
a pool.
A pool that was no more than 15 feet wide and maybe 30 feet long. Yeah. Dude, I had a black eye and a gash on my nose like I went 2 rounds with Mike Tyson. Yeah. And she almost, and there was nobody else in that pool. If she hits me and knocks me out, I'm dead. I am not here today. Yeah. I am not here today to save everyone and help them because I was stupid. Yeah. And she was, honestly, I outweighed her by 60 pounds. And she almost fucking killed me. It's terrifying.
Did she even apologize, or did she just
it was nothing. It wasn't her fault. She thought she was going to die. Yeah. She was freaking out. I was like, I got you, baby. All I'm thinking is, I am so going to get laid after this.
This guy at the Tempe Lake, they showed a picture of him. He's a fully grown man who was actually like a little bit overweight. So, let's just figure he's a 220-pound man. The police officer's wearing his tactical gear. And let's just say he took everything off and jumped in. And like I said, I've been to the Tempe Lake, and there's nowhere to hold on to. You're just, when you're in, you either come back to like the railing part, or you're just in the water.
Right.
So, and it's not like a current. It's not like it's actually kind of a calm body of water. But if you can't swim, and I'm assuming he jumped in with his clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So which makes him even more likely to sink.
Yeah, and of course, everyone's outraged, right? Because you get outraged, right? And nobody says, all those people like, if I was the cop, I would have jumped in. To do what?
No, you wouldn't have.
No, you wouldn't have. Yeah, and you know what? You'd probably be dead now. But first, before he even would have jumped in, he would have had to basically strip.
Naked,
right? Yeah. He would have had to strip down to his underwear so he wouldn't sink with all that stuff on there. Yeah. If you tell a guy not to do something stupid, are you in charge? Are you like the stupid police now? Is that what they have to be? Like, to protect stupid people? Fuck that.
Well, the funny thing is, I guess when the guy jumped in the water, so it turned out the guy who drowned, unfortunately, did have, like, warrants out for his arrest. But at the time he went in the water, the police did not know that. So they weren't even, like even trying to arrest him. They were just trying to talk to him when he just knowingly and voluntarily went into a lake.
At 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Listen, I get it. But you got to stop being outraged because if that's let's say you're a woman, right? And that's your husband who's the cop. And your husband jumps in and try to save this asshole, and then he dies along with that guy. You're not cool with that. Yeah. No. So stop trying to be outraged over shit like that. Okay?
There was some kid in this poor college kid in Chicago a few years ago. He or she dropped their iPhone in the Chicago River and went in to go get it. And they drowned trying to get a stupid phone, which as soon as it hits the water, it's useless. So, I mean, it's just silly stuff, You got to be smart.
Yeah, it just seems like a really shitty situation, and there was pretty much no right answer.
No, the right answer was if a guy makes a galactically stupid mistake, he's got to live or not live with it.
Yeah, no, that's my point.
Not if the police threw him in the water. That's a different story. But I mean,
that would be hilarious. No, just kidding. No. Just kidding. It's not funny.
So the funny thing is, like, the worst thing that would have happened to this guy. Let's just say they would have ran his background. He had a couple of warrants for his arrest. They would have taken him away. He probably would have bounded out in a couple of days. So obviously, it wasn't a life and death situation either way. Yeah, he's not serving a life sentence. So
he's probably
not now. He's not.
Yeah,
he's probably going to end up being like on something when they do the.
You know what? Yeah, he's going to be on a slab.
Yeah,
he's going to be on his way to heaven. That's because all good guys go to heaven. Okay, this is one of the greatest stories I have ever heard in my life. Okay, you guys might know this one. A former Trump staffer has written a children's book about Trump. Did you see this?
I did not.
You did not see this?
It's like the Giving Tree?
Okay.
Except it's the Takeaway Tree.
So now let me clarify this. This is not a book written by a child for adults. It's a book written by a child for children. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. It has Trump as a king who wins the election. All right. Wins the 2016 election. The 2020 election. I'm sorry. The 2020 election while battling the evil Russianians and Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton. Okay. Now Trump says he read this. Someone read it to him. You know that. But he wants a copy in every classroom in America. He wants a copy in every classroom.
Just like Stalin wanted a copy of his book in every classroom in Russia, right?
I love Stalin references.
Or what's the other guy? The guy from North Korea, the Kim Jong-un. They got a picture of him in every classroom.
You're missing the easy one, Hitler, because Mein Kampf.
Yeah, Mein Kampf. Yeah. No, but,
all right. So here's what I was thinking. Why don't we? Okay. Why don't we take a swing at writing a book about Trump, a kid's book about Trump, and then when we're finished, we can read it on the air. What do you guys think?
Yeah, we can do like a Mad Libs kind of thing for Trump.
Yeah, we can write a book. Yeah.
What was that movie? The movie with Will Ferrell, Elf. They were, James Caan was the father, and he was a publisher. And he was under a lot of pressure to write like a children's book, like a hit,
right?
A number one hit children's book. And so they brought in the guy from the Peter Dinklage guy from
Game of Thrones.
From Game of Thrones,
yeah.
And he was like, he goes, "Well, did Santa let you out of the workplace?"
Dude, I get more tail in a day than you get in a year.
He must be a South Pole elf. He's very angry. Oh my God. He goes, we're gonna have a story about peaches. He goes, no fruit. Children are already vulnerable. Peaches are vulnerable. Children are already vulnerable.
And then isn't he like, I want asparagus that are afraid to pee in front of the people because it smells weird.
It's kind of hard to write a children's book when you think about it. So,
well, we're gonna write a children's book about Trump for children. Okay, you're in. Okay, this is something cool. Okay, and it's something I'd like to see more of. This is a neat story. A 14-year-old douchebag in England was banned from entering a neighboring town. 14-year-old kid banned from entering the neighboring town. Yes. I guess you can do that in England. I guess this little shit was acting like a turd. Get it? Yeah. He was harassing townsfolk. He was online bullying the poor people of, and this is kind of funny, Kidderminster. Okay.
Sounds like ketamine.
Yeah.
Ketamine.
So now, listen, he is banned from that city until 2025. And this is the best part. Now, he's 14.
Yeah.
If he goes into that town,
what gets to happen? Yeah, what gets to happen to him?
He will go to prison.
Nice.
Yeah.
What?
He will go to, I don't know if it's like kiddie prison or like butthole prison. I don't know exactly what it is. But I want you to think about this. Some parents have a kid who's such an asshole that he got banned from entering another town.
And he's going to be an asshole when he grows up. They don't become less of an asshole. They become more of an asshole. They just become a better asshole.
And that's the kind of fucker that like kicks the back of your seat in an airplane too. He's just a piece of shit. And
then you strangle him. Yeah. But yeah, think about that. 14.
Yeah.
And he's already kicked out of a town.
So you remember that case a few years ago? This I think it was some American kid, some white kid from the United States. He was in Singapore, and this little prick was keying cars in Singapore with his little Singaporean buddy, and I guess they caught him, so they were going to give him like 15 lashes publicly, and there was like an international outcry as if they were going to murder your whole family and cut him up into 52 pieces, and and they were just going to just basically give the kid a whipping, But the people, I mean, that's my point. It's like, people are just way soft, and you're in another country, they'll give you the death penalty for carrying drugs in like Malaysia and stuff. They're not messing around there.
Well, yeah, I mean, this kid, so it was kind of funny. So this kid went there. He was vandalizing cars and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And their punishment is 15 hits with a cane or something.
On the backside, they're not in his face. I mean, but it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
But not like, not like he's not going to
And
die.
people lost their minds.
He's not going to die.
Yeah,
I mean, like the Pope's writing a letter. The press.
What was he right? How hot is that kid? Bring that kid over here. I'll punish him in a different
Bring
way.
him to Vatican
I have
City.
a cardinal that wants this child.
No. The hot one. Yeah. Yeah, it's so weird. You know what? You know how this kid could have not gotten whipped? Not vandalized. I mean, it's the same way this other guy is still alive. Don't jump in the lake.
Yeah.
Don't jump in the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, I get it. Okay. So now you guys remember Kyle Rittenhouse, right?
Yes.
Okay. He's the dipshit who shot and killed a couple of people in Kenosha.
Right.
Right.
He's from Antioch, actually. Antioch, Illinois. He's actually from Antioch.
Yeah,
so.
Antioch's kind of hillbilly, but okay. He was found not guilty. Okay, right, wrong, whatever. Listen, I don't know, man. I don't know what happened, but here's the deal. He is making the rounds, visiting something called, they're having conferences called Cute Conservatives. Have you heard of this? Cute Conservatives.
No, never heard of it.
These are young female conservatives that I guess are attractive, and they're having these rallies all the time, I guess, young, hot Republican chicks, conservative chicks, and everyone is saying that he's quite a catch for an up-and-coming young lady who loves a strong, well-armed fella.
Why can't they just call them, like, conservatives?
Well, cute conservatives lets you know that they're chicks because they're not guys. You know why? Because guys aren't cute. Every Republican knows that. Guys are not. I don't care how fine that ass is. I don't care how hung they are. And I don't care if they look like Ryan Reynolds or not. Those guys are not cute. Okay?
Oh, did you hear about another Rittenhouse story? I guess he said he was bragging about getting to the University of like Texas A&M.
Yes.
And then they basically Texas A&M said no, he's not coming here.
No, they said he never even. They said they didn't never let him in.
Oh, never. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. He said he was. I got in. They're like, we never said he's coming here.
Yeah.
Nope. Okay, so I guess this is kind of funny. So they're running this cute conservatives thing, right? And the guy, one of the people there says, you should. And they bring Kyle Rittenhouse in. They're like, hey, you ladies should, get in there. Now, one of the women who is like a co-founder of this thing, she said it's important for the cute conservatives to tap into their nurturing aspect of their personalities and
a lot of heavy innuendo on that one.
Well,
but go ahead.
Listen. They need to tap into their nurturing aspect of their personalities to let men lead and appear more desirable for potential partners.
Oh, sounds like something the Mormons would say.
How the hell can you follow that? That would just piss me off if every time someone's like, oh, as a guy, you got to be manly and do dumbass shit. It'd be like, why?
Yeah. And then a girl has to go, you know what? I love it when you kill random people. That's so hot.
So basically,
that's pretty good.
Kyle Rittenhouse and O.J. Simpson are on the opposite side. They're like the same kind of person, right? They both kind of got away with it, just in different ways, right? When you think about it, they're both like the same.
Oh yeah.
They're like brothers from another mother.
Yeah, I mean, I think Rittenhouse was probably more. They had video of him doing it, but
they had video, but I mean,
at least he didn't do what OJ did and basically admit to it by writing a book.
If I would have done it
if
by O.J. Simpson,
or if I did it and then like because the father of the dead guy took it, he like took control of it, so they put the "if" in tiny letters.
God, that's crazy. Okay, I know there's a lot of things going on about the shooting in Uvalde and what happened and was it handled well, okay? And one UFC fighter, his name is Bryce Mitchell, he has a completely different take on the entire thing. Now, this is interesting. Really cool. Mitchell is the number 9 ranked UFC fighter in the world, okay?
As of now.
As of right now. I mean, and I'm sorry to say that I think he might have brain damage and might not be thinking clearly. This is his theory, okay? He believes that the government had a hand in the shooting, okay? He believes the government made the police act slowly and possibly incorrectly, allowing the kids to get killed so the government can give us gun control. Yep. That was his theory, that they purposefully let those kids die so that there would be outrage and we would have gun control.
Well,
Bam.
Well, it is accurate that, I think the police were actually in the hallway of the school for about an hour while the kids were actually calling 911 on cell phones from the dead people, like the dead teachers. So that is accurate. I think it's just incompetence on the part of the Uvalde Police Department for not going toward an active shooter.
Right.
It's just really that simple.
I feel like there wasn't a government plot waiting for this particular situation to happen.
That's like 9/11. They had a plot. There supposedly was a government plot 9/11. Like they purposely crashed the planes in the World Trade Center and the Pentagon so we can take away people's civil liberties.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same.
Yeah, I don't believe that because once again, and this is my government plot theory for everything, the people in the government are way too fucking dumb to keep a secret. They're way too dumb.
many people too.
People are too. I mean,
way too stupid.
You know what the saying is: 3 people can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead.
Oh, Ted, there's 3 people at this table. Why do you look at me when you say that all the time?
Drink this.
I forgot the website name, but there's a website for like all the conspiracy theories, and they show how many people were involved in it, and they like compute it, like how many years it would take before someone like spilled the secret.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like the moon landing being fake. They're like it would take like 30 days
No,
if it was fake.
What was that movie with Mel Gibson where it was called Conspiracy Theory?
Oh,
but,
yeah.
And he was a lunatic, but it turned out everything he thought was actually true. But that's why it's a movie.
I believe it's a movie. Yes, I believe it's a movie.
But he thought the government was monitoring him, and yes, they were.
So
they were doing everything.
I can't completely discount this because I also have a theory about something. Okay, I believe the government is making me horny. Okay, now I believe this government plot started in 1959 when the government invented stretch pants. Okay, I do believe this. The government invented stretch pants in 1959, and this is what has happened. I have now spent an inordinate amount of time masturbating. Okay, I could have been questioning important things like climate change, a lack of term limits, the pitfalls of marriage, but instead I was masturbating, and I think they did it to all of us. I think they made guys dumber by putting women in stretch pants.
So you're suffering from yoga pants-itis, is what you're saying.
Yes, which is that their yoga pants are expelling my penis. They're not letting my penis in.
Camel toe,
Jesus Christ.
Camel toe, vulva-itis. I don't know.
Holy shit, Teddy. All right, so guys, I was going to come on here and I was going to take a dump on Matthew McConaughey, right? For putting in his 2 cents about gun control.
Oh, I heard of what he's. I mean, I didn't hear what
Isn't
he said.
he running for governor of Texas?
No, he was going to.
He
but
said
he
said he
White,
might.
No, I guess he gave some. I didn't hear it or anything, but he gave some impassioned plea at the White House where they said, "Oh, he was so good at it that now he's a natural politician and blah blah blah, and he should be running for."
But you know what?
And he's an actor, so that makes sense.
Right. I mean, he's good at it. But
so is Johnny Depp.
You know what?
Amber Heard.
No. Listen. I thought I was going to take a shit on it. I thought it was stupid, but really, it was very simple. Here's very simple what he said. He said, "There's no way we're going to fix it. But we can make it a little bit better, okay? Raise the age of assault weapons to 21, right?
I agree to that. That's
have red flag laws.
It's just common sense, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
And have actual background checks and all those things.
Don't they have background checks now?
I guess they don't. No, there's plenty of places you can buy a gun without. There's plenty of gun shows and stuff where you can just go in and buy a gun.
Plus, they only have denied 1% of anybody who's ever done it since 2003.
Yeah. So I mean, it all made perfect sense. And I wasn't 100% sure until I heard the people on Fox News saying that Matthew McConaughey's ideas were terrible. Then I knew they were good ideas. Yeah. So I'm just, it's so weird. But yeah, and he was very straightforward with it. He's like, this is never going to fix it, but it's definitely going to help. And I thought, man, damn you, Matthew McConaughey. So sexy and so smart.
Sense,
yeah, I know.
I heard he doesn't wear deodorant.
Wait, what?
I mean,
what?
I don't know. I'm not a Matthew McConaughey fan or anything, but I just read something about him where he purposely
Ted likes to sniff Matthew McConaughey a lot.
He doesn't like to shower. He doesn't like to wear deodorant because he likes to smell very au natural.
Oh, gross! I'm okay. Well,
I'm not a Matthew McConaughey fan. I'm just saying.
You're not?
No.
I mean, he's pretty hot.
I can even see McConaughey.
He's a good looking dude.
Yeah, he's a pretty good actor.
Yeah. He makes those Lincoln commercials.
Yeah, those are so
Those
weird.
are weird.
Those are so weird.
I'm very uncomfortable whenever I watch those.
I was sitting in the back of a Lincoln masturbating to my neighbor before it was cool
he's always
to
out,
sit in the back of a Lincoln.
He's always out in the
and then
countryside
she caught
somewhere.
me and called the cops.
He was out in the countryside somewhere by himself.
Yeah, always by himself.
Getting one with nature, all that shit.
Yeah.
I just dumped that body off in the fields.
That is so fucked up. I was just going to say that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I've been dumping. No, it's so funny. You're my son. I've been dumping bodies with a Lincoln in fields for years before it was even cool to dump bodies in fields with Lincolns.
There's about 15 bodies I can point out right now. They will never know.
And I'm Matthew McConaughey. God damn. Okay.
Dumb Texas Hicks.
Guess what, guys? The Cleveland Browns have introduced their new quarterback to the world, Deshaun Watson.
And his 26 assistants.
And two more girls have already accused him.
Okay, so now I don't want to beat off a dead horse here, okay? So I'm not going to get into all that bullshit. But I will say this. The bitches just want to be paid defense that he is throwing out there, it's just not working, man. I just feel like he should go a different direction on this, totally. Yeah, I feel like he's failing with, all 48 of these bitches just made shit up.
What do they give? What Cleveland give him? Like $200 million, 150 guaranteed, something crazy, right?
Something absolutely insane.
Insane.
Okay, yeah. but the Browns said that they believe in Deshaun the person. They do. What they really should have said was, and this is, I wish they just would say this, we really don't give a fuck. We want to win a Super Bowl. Yeah. This guy's a great quarterback. We want to win a Super Bowl.
Well, you know what Deshaun Watson needs? Let's be honest. So you know how Snoop Dogg he's paying a guy $100,000 a year to roll his joints,
right?
Deshaun Watson
needs to get high.
He needs to pay a girl $100,000 just to jerk him off.
His girlfriend's really hot though.
Maybe she don't like his deek. Yeah, which we have heard recently,
which apparently doesn't last very long, according to all the 26 women.
Yeah, he's Quick Draw McGraw, but I mean, I think, you know what? If he had a traveling handjobist, is that what we would call her?
Masseuse,
hand masseuse,
jerk offer,
a dick masseuse. That's my. I have two masseuses. Oh no. That's my back masseuse, not my dick masseuse. Yeah. Now, I just say to myself, if this was Mitch Trubisky or some piece of shit who had these 26 chicks or saying something, or 24, whatever, he would be at his home, sitting on his couch, waiting to go to jail. Okay? So just say it. Cleveland, just come out and say it. Sexual predator, we don't care. Murderer, we don't care. Steroids, we don't care. Gay, we draw the line. Whoop, sorry. But we don't care. We just want to win the Super Bowl. Right? And did you guys hear this thing he had with the towel?
Oh, something with the towel. Yeah, what's with the towel?
So he brought his own masseuse towel. Okay? Nice. And allegedly, now I heard this is untrue, that it was really small, so it didn't cover his junk, but I heard that's not true.
Like a handkerchief?
Yeah, but it's not true. It was a full-size towel. It just had a hole cut out in the middle. His penis would accidentally fall out.
So it was like a traveling glory hole.
Yes. Yeah. So, but this is true. He had his own masseuse towel just to make it easier.
So he had a MO. He had a MO.
I think he had an HJ. But that's his thing. Okay. Fellas, I think we'll just go ahead and we're going to stop it with this last story because I think this is the most poignant story of the week. Okay. Like I said, so much has happened, but this is the most important one out of them all. Fellas, no one is safe from the wrath of Donald Trump. Okay. Including his hot-ass daughter.
America.
Okay. And I'm not saying that she's his hot-ass daughter. He is saying it's his hot-ass daughter because let's just review really quick. When his daughter was 16 and in the Miss USA pageant, he literally said to a guy, hey, man, check out my daughter. She's super hot, isn't she? Right? I mean, that's something a dad says. That is something every dad says. Every dad has said that about his daughter
all the time.
Yeah, I did. I said to Jack, I would stand there with guys. You know, we'd be out on the street, and I'd be like, "Hey, look at that kid," and I'd have Jack run up and down the street. And I say, "Damn, that kid is hot, isn't he?"
I always had my shirt off too.
Yeah. I'd be like, more. You got more mustard on your shirt, Jack. Get that shirt off and run up and down that street. I want to show this guy our hot yar. Yeah. Okay. Now, don't forget also that Stormy Daniels said that the Donald told her that she was sexy and smart like his daughter. Okay, so
she's obviously the benchmark. She's the gold. She's the gold standard. She's the gold standard.
Hey, we all make choices, and Donald has clearly made his choice. Now, one more thing that we can never forget: that a reporter asked him what him and his daughter have in common, and he said, and I quote, "This is what he said: I was gonna say sex, but I can relate to golf and real estate." He said those three things about his daughter. Okay?
Feel bad for his younger daughter.
Okay. Listen to me. For all those people who think Donald Trump is your messiah, he is a fucking creep. Okay? Now, let's get to the story. Unfortunately, he is not lusting after his daughter anymore. She got in front of the January 6th committee, and she said that the whole stolen election thing is bullshit. Yeah, she said it.
I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Yeah, she said it, and Donald went apeshit. Okay, so he put out a little tweet, and he
Wait, is he back on Twitter now?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, he's got his thing, and he's on Twitter.
Yeah, we talked about it on the podcast. You were there.
There was like a freedom, like he has his own Twitter feed, but it was not Twitter. He had his own like social media thing. But then, yeah, I think because Elon Musk is going to take over Twitter, so he's back on Twitter.
Back on Twitter.
Per Elon,
Elon Musk, who doesn't own anything, hasn't done anything. He just said he was going to do some stuff and hasn't done anything, right? It's perfect. Kind of like Donald, but whatever. Okay, so he sent out this tweet. Are you ready? Ivanka Trump was not involved with anything in the election. She had nothing to do with the election. He said that she checked out a long time ago because, as soon as you go against the Donald, right? And he said, in his opinion, she was only being respectful to Attorney General Bill Barr, and he added, who sucked as an Attorney General. Okay? Now, he added one more thing. He also said that she looked fat, and now he'd rather bang his cousin's daughter, the one with the big tits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Donald has decided to move on from his daughter, and is now moving on to other people.
She gave really unenthusiastic hand jobs.
Yes.
That's probably why.
All right. The former president of the United States, everyone's messiah. People have fucking flags for Trump in their yards. They drive around with stickers and things on their cars, and they forget all of this stuff, man. Okay. Teddy, I love I love this. I miss John all the time. I miss John, but loved having an actual 20-year-old on the show.
Keep it fresh.
Keep it fresh. Keep it fresh. Okay, so the next step is like what, a 12-year-old?
No, we don't want to do.
we don't. Good.
If you get a 16-year-old, Donald Trump might like that.
Only if he's related to her in some way. Okay. Yep. All right, Teddy. Any last words before we let this dog die?
Hunt.
Oh wait. Okay. Yeah. Hunt. Way better idea.
It's a great show. I'm glad to be here. Jackson, always good to have you aboard.
Thank you, Ted.
And God bless.
You always have to bring God in this. I'm 100% sure that God is not listening to this shit show.
I said God bless.
Oh. All right, Jack, you get the last words for this week's show.
Always wrap it up.
What the fuck? Oh, you mean your dick? I thought you meant the show. I'm like, yeah, we're going to wrap it up. Okay, there you go. That's my son telling the whole world, put a Jimmy hat on. All right. Guys, great show. I loved it. We'll have Johnny back. Don't forget my sister's coming back. And I'm hoping to have a very special guest next week, okay? So enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the show. And we will catch you guys next time on the Real 3 Idiots podcast.